All right, the stretch shortening cycle. This is a movement, say for jumping, it's a counter movement that increases your ability to jump. So the definition of the stretch shortening cycle is that when a concentric contraction is preceded by a quick stretch, aka an eccentric contraction, the muscle torque or muscle force and thus joint torque created is higher. It has to occur quickly. So if I have you like jump as high as you can, you would do it once and you would just naturally, as this gentleman is doing, drop down into flexion prior to the extension phase. So you would do a counter movement, and that eccentric contraction would facilitate the concentric contraction and you would jump higher. It also happens in like wind up, so like the back motion before a tennis player hits the ball, before a throw, the wind up before a throw. Any of that is kind of utilizing the stretch shortening cycle. The hypothesis is like, how does this work? And there's four hypotheses. One is that when you go into this eccentric phase, you're lengthening the mesonems, all the connective tissue, and just like a rubber band, you stretch it before you send it flying through the air. So all that stored elastic energy helps you jump higher in that concentric phase. The other hypothesis is the utilization of the stretch reflex, right? And so the muscle spindles are stimulated, they create the stretch reflex, and you have the stretch reflex on top of that concentric muscle activation. Two other hypotheses that I think are less important are it allows time for slow twitch muscle fibers to generate force, and it takes up the slack in muscle and connective tissues. But the stretch shortening cycle does work, and you can try it on your family and friends to get people to jump higher. They will optimize this counter movement jump.